All right. We're back. Crypto market watch list. That's what's on the menu today on this video. And I want to start with a statement. All right. We're getting more and more bearish on the market by the day. There are a lot of red flags when it comes to this bull cycle. I feel like we might be getting to that level of fatigue. I mean, at the end of the day, the Bitcoin have been explosive. The rest of the market as well, some less, some even more. But hitting that 100,000 mark, puts everything in question. I mean, puts this bull cycle in question, because that is such a huge psychological level that I would not be surprised at all if we're going to have a serious technical correction, not to mention the beginning of a bear cycle. Right? Again, still very early stages, but this is how I feel right now about the market. And the watch list is going to express my overview. Right now, kind of a bearish overview. Not to mention that we also have a couple of short positions on the Ripple and the Chainlink. So let's go right ahead. Talk a little bit about our watch list, which consists of 3 coins. Bitcoin is one of them, Litecoin is one of them, and Solana is the third one. But specific conditions have to meet in order for us to take action, right? We're going to have a trigger level that we're going to talk about, so get ready, prepare your notebook, because I'm going to talk about 3 trigger levels for all these 3 assets that are on our watch list. Let's start with the Bitcoin. And this is again one of our red flags that I've just mentioned. As far as the Bitcoin goes, look at this 101,852. We've been talking about that level for a while, right? So this little support and resistance system here, this blue 4 levels, have been here for a while now. And we saw how price action failed to break through last month with that spike, right? Pulled back down, couldn't really cross over 101,852. I feel like it may be happening again this month, the following month, because price action was already trading higher than last month's highest point, right? This month already highest high was almost 110,000. It was 109,985. But ever since then, the Bitcoin had been pulling back pretty aggressively. Right now it's 105,160. And we're getting closer to the end of the month. So that's a little bit suspicious to me. I feel like this spike is getting longer and longer by the day. And by the end of the month, guess what? It's going to stay inside and close the monthly bar below 101,852. And that is a bearish looking sign, bearish looking indication. The price action might actually, at least from a local perspective, will come back to the lower part, the lower section of that range. So we're talking about 92,500 and, even lower 90,000, or even the lowest low, 88,180. So if price action is going to slide back below 101,852 by the end of the month, at least from a local perspective, we'll have a bearish cycle, at least a short-term cycle to 92,500. Later down the road, we might have a full-fledged downside reversal. But again, that's out of the scope of this video. I don't want to even talk about it for now. So that's the Bitcoin with the trigger level of 101,852. Get ready. Once it starts to break below, and now I'm showing you the daily chart, right? Because we've seen how price action was pulling back up 4 days ago from that same 101,852, right? And it did it again the following day, and it even did it today when it was on the back foot, making contact but bouncing off. Doesn't mean that it's not going to come back to it and eventually crack that level. Once it does, guess what? We're going to jump into a short position. Litecoin here pulling back up today. suggests that 111.43 is a serious support level. And that's our trigger, guys. We've seen that level in action 3 days ago or 4 days ago when price action was slightly touching down, pulling back up. And even today again, slightly making contact and boom, bouncing off. Now, of course, it can turn back upwards, but that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about if, and that's a big if, starting to break below 111.43. Guess what? There's a very nice chunk for us to digest. Everything from 111.43 to the big support level, major key level support, 96.43, that have been showing its significancy, about 10 days ago when price action was landing here, getting huge rejection. And the first time was also late December, huge spike, take a look, pulling back up. So yeah, massive level, 96.43 is going to be our target. In case, again, the Litecoin is going to be breaking below 111.43, that's our trigger level. Third one is Solana. Solana had been skyrocketing, right? A lot of it, was due to the Trump coin that's been operating on the Solana network. So that kind of gave the Solana some extra juice to really outperform, the rest of the coins. Nevertheless, it's on the back foot ever since its highest high from, a few days ago. And it's today, you can see today it's really on the back foot. But here's our trigger level, guys. Check it out. 241.5 right here. 241.5. That's been engaged twice. 4 days ago, the following day, which was 3 days ago, price action was testing that area. Looks like it's coming to test that area again today. It was already there, right? But bounced off a little bit. But again, still early stages of our trading session. So it's going to be super interesting to see how this is going to unfold. But let me tell you this. When price action starts to break below, here's our trigger, guys. Again, 241.5. We only need a daily breakdown confirmation. We're not going to wait for the weekly confirmation. Just a daily close below 241.5 will be our trigger to step into position. We're talking about a short position where here the downside potential is 196.10. This is the setup. This is the range. We're now coming off the top. If we're going to have another downside leg here like we had two, right? We had one and back up two. So if we're going to have a third one back down again, we're talking about the lower section of that range starting with a level of 196.10. And that's going to be our official profit target. If, of course, everything works out according to our setup, and we're going to be triggered into position. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Our watch list, 3 pending trading opportunities that we're really looking forward to see how this is going to unfold. Once we get into position and we're going to be engaging, obviously, we're going to come back and talk about it on our daily videos. Alright, that's about that for the day. Enjoy the rest of it. We're going to be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care.